Hello everyone, and welcome back to Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Alright, when we last left off, we got to the cistern, which is just about, I want to say, halfway through the game, roughly? Maybe? I don't know. I was told it was halfway, but that could have been wrong too. And I got everything set up, and we are good to go. Welcome to Scary Game Saturday. As a title states, I play scary games on Saturday. Today's game is the second half of Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Okay, so I've got several doors I can go through. I was in there already. Water's too deep to traverse safely. Every game has to have a water dungeon. And it's got to be the most annoying in the entire area. Alright, well. Only one thing to it. Huh. Maybe... Nope. Maybe that's not it. What do I have in my inventory? Glass jar. Oh. Can I not? Whatever. There we go. Alexander knew there must be a way to finish the ritual before it was too late, and teach his friend to harvest the vitae. That much was certain.
Herbert, how did we find this place?
An old friend back in Algiers gave me a map.
Why isn't he with us? Didn't he want to come?
He wanted to, Daniel, but things don't always turn out the way we planned.
In the rocks. Okay, let's go investigate the rest of the rooms. That will open. Ah. Crush the box. It's a thingamajig. Maybe direction. 13th January 1799. The work I have put into this machine is unequaled by the reasoning of any man. The thought that generations of men have passed away since I first attempted to reconstruct the design is most tiring. The limitations of this world have made my work incredibly difficult. It has forced me to build the thing almost 100 times larger than the delicate contraption it tries to emulate. Not to mention the flow of tamed lightning crudely replaced by pressured steam pushing its way through pipes and turbines. It shames me to think of what the inventor would have thought of my monster, where he works with a magnifying glass to carefully fix all the parts. I pushed 5 men to erect a tower of wrought iron in the hope it will have even the tiniest hint of power found in the Traveler's Locket. Okay, cool. Ah, that's where all the pipes go. Okay. Alright. So let's go and... Oh. How was it? Whatever. Pipes, 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 pipes. Gotta get pipes. So, top to bottom. I guess that's all where it's supposed to go. Am I just missing one more pipe? sure I'm not actually missing anything. Okay, oh, thing, I guess. Or
Daniel? Is that you? What are you doing?
I'm not telling you, because I don't know. made a big loud sound in here, and that's great. Maybe I head back to the cistern? Excuse me. Coming down the wrong side of my throat. A beautiful wild orchid.
You're conserving water from the spring.
Yes, it enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking.
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mills.
Exactly.
Ow. Seriously?
August 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon, where he preferred to attempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure. He showed me several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
killing a guy?
August 1839. I could never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in a mad whirlpool of impressions. It was terrifying. But Alexander kept calm and wielded strange tools of science in order to tame the storm. Suddenly, the blue light was stained by strains of red, and the walls burst with pulsating tissue resonating with the scene. Alexander quickly covered the orb in some cloth, and the unspeakable thing vanished. Apparently, the orb's shadow is closer than Alexander thought. He said I should prepare for a warding ritual tomorrow. I'm not sure what he expects, but I have a bad feeling about this. August 1839. It is still early, and Alexander is busy preparing for the ritual later today. Seeing him this worked up makes me question why. What does he stand to gain? I realize he is curious about it all, but surely there must be more. Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb? I must admit that yesterday, when Alexander flooded the inner sanctum with blue light, I realized we had but graced the orb's true potential. This might turn out to be more than escaping a creeping shadow. It might be the beginning of something truly extraordinary.
don't even know what that was for. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's what it was for. Oh! Well, that's poison. I beg to differ. If it's just got a ton of oil coming out, just wasting it, just give it to me. And I'm not getting that anytime soon. Let's see, do I have anything that I can do? Okay, well, let's see if... Well then, everyone. Let's see if I can figure this out. So I gotta get on that bridge. This is not gonna work. Yep. What if I were to bring a brick? Yep, nope. I think I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Or, wait, hold on. It's in the control room. Did I do everything in here that I'm supposed to? Left is left, right is right. So let's choose the left side. That's all the way down. The weights are all the way up. Yep. Okay, so I'm supposed to mirror. Lower, high, medium. Supposed to be like that. Alright, well. There we go. kidding me? Is it not done yet? Is that the thing? Am I just not finished? This is so stupid. Now it's finished. Thank you. Ow. Alright. Well. Nothing good can come from the morgue.
Do you see, Daniel? It has yielded.
What?
The shadow. It has? For now. Come, let's get this out of here so we can get some peace.
Yes, let's. Where to?
Just down the corridor, to the morgue.
Are there more dead men there?
You did well, Daniel. Come, let's get going.
Oh, hell no.
I hear you breathing, Daniel. Do you hear me? Have you changed your mind?
Plague outbreak. The strange deaths among the servants and the prisoners have finally been resolved. It seems that the drain sewer, which has recently been opened up for use as a means of transport, is plagued by a peculiar poisonous fungi. The victims seem to have suffered an extremely quick outbreak of sickness affecting the entire body. Some of my men, including myself, are blissfully spared by this calamity, but it is clear that this cripples my progress. The prisoners died quickly, and their contaminated vitae lacks the energy I seek. I shall immediately start working on a vaccine. Yes. Yes, a vaccine. Vaccine trials. The vaccine enabling my men to work in the fungi-ridden sewer is a definite success. Unfortunately, only a few of the servants have been remedied as the procedure proved difficult. The others will perish, and eventually I'll have to create more of them to keep my experiment running. No, that injection of vaccinated blood will work as a shield long enough to pass the sewers without any risk of infection. It will do fine for prisoner transport. I fear for Daniel, for he is reckless. He is tainted by the approaching shadow and will not be able to pass the gate. Will he be able to accept this in the end? My love, I've seen evil in him. How am I to trust him with the truth? What cruel irony that I have to do to him, or do to unto him what Agrippa did unto me. The cruelty, the humanity, the laudanum, and the tinderbox. Speaking of... Oh, I'm healthy. That's a dead body. Body is still stiff from rigor mortis and can't be older than a day. Okay then. Viewers beware. Yeah, I'm done with this area.
What happened? Why are all these dead? Where am I? What's happening? Help! Anybody! Help! Two, 3 days now. This is ridiculous. Why doesn't someone enter this room? Hey! Anybody! Am I all alone here? Help! Help! I'm so tired. If I sleep, will I wake from this nightmare? If not, I pray my Heavenly Father will take me in my sleep.
Hmm. Aha. Use the... Oh. Oh, great. It's gonna remain there. It's probably a terrible place to stay. Oh. Tell me. That was terrible. The sewer. Henry Bedloe went to class carrying the anger of his bitter mother. He never cried. He made others cry instead. Pain is like that. You either become sad or you become angry. Hey, I'm gonna go this way instead. Oh, wow.
What's happening? What are you doing? Let me go! Please, take me! Nobody ever returns!
Now it's slow enough that I can jam it. Oh.
Daniel, turn around this instant. You are carrying the shadow with you.
So? Doesn't help when the thing is literally right outside the door. Oh, jeez. I did it! There's never any escape. Things like this live with you always. How could he know if Henry would show up down the road or even at his house? Nope. Not there yet.
August 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
Uh-huh. Okay. In this case, I suppose I go down the stairs. Okay. Yeah, I figured I'd find some tinder boxes down here.
Agrippa, I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander,
Yes.
soon I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living?
to clear sanity. Oh. Oh, that's a dude.
Help me. Pull the switch. Next to me. Thank you. You have my gratitude. My name is Agrippa. Whom are you? Daniel? Like the prophet thrown into the lion's den? Tell me, are you among the lions, Daniel? You want to stop Alexander? Oh my, so Babylon shall fall, you say? You worry too much. Alexander is toothless without an arm. Yes, that's not very promising at all. The sanctum is basically impenetrable. But guess what? I know. It could be breached by another, but Alexander broke his, my oath, a long time ago. Really? Well, if you tell the truth, by all means, seek out the pieces of the broken arm and mend away. I believe he uses them for torture now. They practically leak madness, which is quite useful, I understand. There should be 6 of them. Look around the choir and the transept. You should be able to find them there. Daniel, I hate to bother you further, but if you're really going after Alexander, would you consider taking me with you? I know it sounds ridiculous. Look at me. But if you find anything concerning a man named Johann Heim, would you please bring it to me? I believe he was working on a way to help me. A recipe for some sort of potion, a tonic to free me from this husk of mine. What lever? Oh, that lever. So many of Alexander's things are breaking down. Look around. Maybe the other room. There are machine parts hidden all over this place. You'll find a way to fix it.
Okay.
Cornelius Agrippa. I was once quite important, you know. Baron Alexander has sustained my soul in this dead husk for years. Who knows how many? Hundreds, I presume.
Cool. Alright, then I suppose I shall go in here and find things. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, I guess nothing down here. Okay.
I've been here already. I know this taste. The taste of Damascus rose obfuscating the truth in a dim haze. They may sweep the traces from my memory, but my body remembers. These cuts speak volumes, even though my mind remains silent. They will be back. They will be back.
Okay. That,
Shimmering blue light.
I do get it. Alexander is quite impressive in many ways, but he has grown impatient. Why me? I'm the next best thing. Alexander really wanted none other than Johann Weyer. You never heard of Johann Weyer? My God, boy. He's probably the greatest man in history. And you don't know him? Or is it the world who has forgotten him? Weyer was my pupil. My pupil. Yes, I do take pride in that fact. Is it so wrong? I found a Midway province, one which had not been plundered. Do you know Midway? I suppose it doesn't matter. It is an old thing, building temples out of caverns. The dark walls being the universe, and inside are its followers. Humans watching the sky slowly turn. But the followers do have one thing to allow them a real sense of connection to creation. The orbs. Not many orbs are left. They sometimes consume themselves, or break, when used by an uninitiated. I was lucky. The orb I found spared my life and returned to where I found it. I know because Alexander took it and brought it to Brandenburg.
okay, let's head up, see if that fixed it.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Dad, good to see you. You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Aha! Transept? He did say go through the transept, but... the nave.
Ah, you get it. Vi was a brave man and dared to proceed where I did not. He unearthed a number of cavern temples and gathered a whole collection of orbs. But, unlike every other finder since the fall of the slave faith, he was able to unshackle the heart you and I connected with the orbs. He used them and was able to travel far and wide, beyond the world itself.
Neat. Agrippa channels where taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such a lack of compassion and a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa as he is, and has been for centuries the only link to worlds beyond. Where claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Ware told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and Tamter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tamter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Kirk. I will have to address Ware with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly well-prepared or a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Okay, so I need to use the meat in order to collect the Tamter. Ooh. In court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They'll know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. Hey. Is there anything?
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Paint the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Paint the man, cut the lines, paint the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
Okay.
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes. What happened to her?
Yeah, my sanity is, my sanity's almost completely gone at this point. Sorry to say, but I'm going completely mentally cuckoo. Actually, let's go to the other place now.
Ah, you again. Incredible. You found Vaya's recipe. Then there might still be a chance. Listen carefully. Alexander is working on opening a gate, a door to another realm. It's where he wants to go. If you could put your anger aside, let him open the portal before you take your revenge. Let me pass the gate, Daniel. Please, find the ingredients and prepare the tonic Vaya describes. And do so before you assemble the orb. The barrier keeping you from the inner sanctum will only be breached for a short time. Unless everything is taken care of before mending the orb, you won't be able to save him.
Okay. There we go. This bone is covered in mucus. Place looks too important, actually. Yeah. Go in here. This is gonna be fun.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one. Prepare him.
The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. Spent women cried hysterically as men contemplated their next step. Oh. It was bound to happen.
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man. How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man. It was an accident.
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault. Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
Yeah, Alexander's the real monster.
No, please. Do anything. Whatever you want. Anything. I'll do anything. I'm innocent.
The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered on and off the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They would make him forget again. That's horrible. Okay. What's up here? Things. A bit of string. Okay. Notes on torture. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. Can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence when their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem. But it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain while the victim is still dazed, proceed by presenting the form of torture you're about to apply, and then to continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to bruise the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that it will all be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again. Jesus. Is it you, my love, I miss the most, or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster that I am, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. Honestly, I plan on helping this guy. I plan on helping him die, so he doesn't have to worry anymore. Now then. Glass jar with string. Is this one that's above the pit of blood? Yeah. The rip is hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flooding from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. Jesus. There we go. So I've got 2 parts of the elixir. Now I just need... Well, I think I have 2 parts of the elixir. I have the vitae that has a bunch of blood in it. And then I have the mucus that is from the cairn.
Was there something else? You seem to have found all the ore pieces used in the transfer. Go to the choir and find the rest. Me, powerful. Not so very grateful. I've done all that I can to escape this prison. But now, I use all my strength merely to stay alive.
Well, dude, I'm gonna help you stay alive further.
My pupil, Johann Weyer, said he found a way.
So now I just need the last part in the choir. And this last part is actually one of the, I guess, easiest to find, maybe? Okay, so choir main hall. Such filthy sot. Good men can safely cheer their departure, as they are nothing but a burden to mankind.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
The forger stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed, but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glittering as they waited for his body to slip just for a moment. His knee jerked and he felt blood trickle down his leg. In pain, his head fell slightly forward. It took him a while to realize his eye had ruptured and begun to bleed. Oh, man. Poor dude.
Whatever it takes.
Ah! Come on. Is this Senor Insta-kill? Okay, let's go this way for now. I hate this place. I hate this place a lot.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
Jesus. The motorist's limbs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly but with intent, so the rope secured around his legs stretched and cracked the bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly, took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. Okay, getting out of here before... Now then. That dude's probably patrolling over there. Okay. Heart is pounding, hands are shaky, mom's spaghetti. Aha. Moo. The trader did not know what to think of the brass bowl as he was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realize it was to be his tomb. Screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instrument, which was the bull's head. Outside, the men can hear the brazen bull bellow. My cat decided she wanted to say hello. Hi, kitty. How's it going? Okay. It is time to make my way back. I've got everything that I need. Everything. Yeah, I have to go across there. Yeah, there should be a bridge nearby. There it is. But is there the troll on the bridge? And there we go. That's all she wrote about that.
I see that all the art pieces you need I know I have no right to ask anything of you, but if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vire's tonic before attempting to mend the orb, there might still be a chance for you to save me. Please, my fate is in your hands.
Of course, my dude. I don't want to leave the nave until I have you safe. Neat. Wait a minute, is there... I got the poison gland, I got the jar of blood, I've got the remains. Alright, Molly. I need you to get up, cat. Fighting monsters and fighting the animal at the same time. Fantastic. Okay.
I see you have all the orb pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you. I see you have all the orb pieces you need.
Anything else? Like, I'm not gonna assemble the orb just yet. I don't want to do that until I have a grip save. Alright, well...
I know I have no right to ask.
I know. You have no right to ask me of anything, but I will help you anyway because you are friend. And there aren't very many of those here. Carefully cutting the man open to make him think. This is how Father must feel about his craft, being an artisan, relying on one's skill to perform something so delicate grants a certain down. Ah. Sleep. They were waiting for me, weren't they? Hazel spent all summer in bed. He used to read to her after helping Father with his work. In his mind, he was like Scheherazade. And as long... Okay.
You had me worried. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to do with you. I hold no grudge against you, Daniel. We are so very much the same, you and I. Did you really drink from the amnesia mixture? It does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do. You talked about redemption. How you would face the orb's shadow and save our work, and me. I will grant you another chance to redeem yourself. You can wait here and stop the shadow. Thank you, friend.
He is lying.
What's in here? Last prisoner note. There's little left to say. I wrote solely to prevent myself from revisiting the memories of the last few days. If I am fortunate, I will fall asleep and time will pass without effort. I have begun to wean myself of my prison. When I first arrived, I felt like I was being buried inside a tomb, but now I feel like the closed walls comforting me. As long as I am in here, there is no pain. The walls protect me from the outside. I even laughed earlier as one of my wardens dropped a key down the pipes. It gave me hope for a second, thinking I could escape if only I could somehow reach it from here. In my dreams, Alexander, I am king. In my dreams, I best you and escape your clutches and return with the knights of the realm carrying pistols and sabers. In my dreams. The heck? Okay, so it caved in here. Oh, jeez. Memories. Alexander became silent. He didn't know what to say. He could no longer recognize his friend sitting across the carriage.
18th of August, 1839. Tonight, we will unlock the power of the orb and ultimately banish the shadow hunting me. I feel it closing in on me, and I fear for my life more than ever. Just outside Altstadt lays a small settlement where Zimmerman, a dairy farmer, lives with his wife and 3 children. We took the coach and went there. Our visit was unexpected, and Alexander was able to strike Zimmerman down without alerting the others. As he went to take care of the farmhands, I began to look for the children. We should have more than enough prisoners to finish the ritual now.
Jeez. So Daniel's not a nice guy. Alexander's not a nice guy. Everyone deserves to die. Gross. Ow. There we go.
The castle trembled and I could hear the chancel collapse. The laboratory might be accessible now. You did it. Thank goodness. Now, pay attention. First, feed me the tonic, and then use the saw to remove my head. As the tonic begins to work, you'll be able to cut off my head without taking my life. Then, take my head and bring it with you. As you enter the gate, Alexander is opening in the inner sanctum. What do you mean? Why wouldn't you enter the gate? We can't argue now. You need to act. Quickly, off with the head. And then, whatever happens, get me through that gate. I've always hoped fire would return and give me a second chance. But so does Alexander. That's why he keeps me here, as a hostage, hoping fire will reveal himself.
Now where's the saw at? Well, first off, we got some bruises. Fix that. Okay. It won't budge, but probably for a good reason.
You're a good boy, Daniel, and I appreciate your compliment. But I believe you have more important.
You turned angry. It was easy to take her insolence and make her the villain in the story, but she didn't deserve to die. Even he could see that.
Shouldn't trust him.
Let's not go that way. Okay, so I have to go through the other way. An earlier note said something about an adhesive being used. Yep. Let me guess. I'm gonna need to get like a brush or something to be able to use it. Restore! Collect the orb. Yep. Itself, do not touch that. I don't know what else is going on. Do I need to go back over here?
Never see it coming.
10th of August, 1839. I cannot believe what I have become. One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs. I hunted her down and... what is a life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent. But to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
something up here. Can I use a rock? You have been chosen. The Glad chooses. Gotta wait until he leaves. Ow. Inner sanctum. Sight of lifeless body crippled his psyche. He tried to remove himself from the scene, but he could not. Instead, he fell to his knees and begged her for forgiveness.
19th of August, 1839.
It's not fair. I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination. Alexander, I will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer. A monster.
And now, I merely await my death. I am too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I am as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
I kind of want to see what the monster looks like. But I have a mission. Okay. And then how am I going to do this? Okay. Well,
I was wondering if you were going to show up. I see Agrippa convinced you to run some errands. Tell me, is
That's
everything
beans.
nice and clear now? Am I the villain? Good and evil. Such comforting concepts, but hardly applicable. Are you so blind that you see no good in me or evil in Agrippa?
I'm just waiting for the portal to open. Die. We both deserve this.
There he is. Do you see him, Vaya? He deserves so much more. Please, help him. I know you can. Don't worry, Daniel. It will be all right.
Alright, that is Amnesia, The Dark Descent. So this is my first time playing through the game, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. Now eventually I will be playing all of them, including Machine for Pigs. I know that that's probably everyone's least favorite. But I really enjoyed playing this game. Now, at times it was scary, at times it was annoying, especially trying to sneak around the prison, and then trying to find where things happen, and toward the end where I'm trying to figure out how to get in the laboratory, and there's nothing that says you have to carry on. But eventually, once you figure out the monsters and how they work, it's pretty simple. Now, I am glad that there's only like 3 monsters in the game. There's the smaller grunts, there's the larger ones that they call a brute, and then there's the Cairn, which are like an invisible Leviathan thingy. And so, after all of this, I will say I recommend playing it. I know there's a lot that I probably missed out on. There's a plethora of achievements left to get. Probably one where it's like you have to get all the notes, and I didn't get all the notes. But at the same time, I just enjoyed playing through it on pretty much a blind playthrough. And I honestly think the most annoying part was trying to get the right side bridge to lower in the cistern. Or the cistern entrance. But yeah, that's it for Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Thank you all for joining me. I really enjoyed playing this game. And if you'd like to see more of this, please follow me on Twitch. And if you like to just watch these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. I like getting feedback and just talking with people. But yeah, I will talk with you all later. Have a great evening and a wonderful weekend. So long.